the day. However we start these off. As I talked about, I'm going to do a series of different trees in my geographical location. First one I'm going to do is white cedar. It's quite grows in much of the area here. Oh, it grows in a lot of the country. The good points, the bad points. There really are no bad points. And I don't need that. Have some matches. Don't need my gloves. We have my cigarette lighter, some waterproof matches, a ferro rod. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is scrape some of the bark off. Now this is dry, and yeah, I'm doing it wrong. I don't find the bark to be particularly valuable. Usually I don't mess with it. Fire building, some people do. I don't. Anyway, this is dry bark, and we'll give her a crack with the ferro rod. First, I'm far enough away. This is what I see that it does. It just smolders. It acts like it's wet, but I can assure you, this is not particularly wet. There, it started up. Okay, that's with several tries. It'll eventually flame up if we do this enough. But it'll keep going out, and it'll smolder, which perhaps you could blow yourself afire. Cigarette lighter, a little better results, not particularly. And this is dry cedar bark. It is not. This has been in this shed. It was cut a year ago. That's about all I can get cedar bark to do. I suppose for all practical purposes I'll show a match, but oh come on, I don't like these matches. I'm glad when they're gone. I won't buy them again. See, it does not do particularly well. So cedar bark you get a very low rating, in my opinion. Somebody may shave some off and have that. It just doesn't amount to much. Where I find that cedar really comes into it, it splits easy, is it shaves beautifully. See those curls? Those beautiful curls. Now, kind of cool out here, and I'm not actually going to build a big fire, and I have some other footage that I've taken of cedar where I'm using a flint and steel. Let's go with the lighter first. It up a little bit. Got a match. You know what? I'm sick of these things. I think I have some waterproof matches somewhere in my pocket. I don't really like having to get the strike thing out. Well, I thought I brought some out. I have another cigarette lighter. And that cigarette lighter there could be getting empty, I don't know. Let's try these. These come out of the MREs. They're usually pretty foolproof. And you can see that cedar goes good. You know, if you had your tinder and more shavings, you'd have a real good fire going there. But they go up nicely. And it shaves nicely, and it's a little bigger piece than I wanted. Sometimes you'll get that. I should have done this when the camera wasn't running. can make a nest for flint and steel with it, which I have done. I'll do that, but I'm not going to sit here and make you people watch me shave enough for a nest. I think most of you will get bored and shut me off. But it does. You probably don't have enough. I'll knock it all around. It lights just as good with the spark. It's not as good as fat wood. I never would say that. I actually should have a little bit bigger pile. Thank you, wind. See, it lights just as good. Now, one thing that cedar will not do, it will not make a nice Maya dust. It does not roll and shave up good. You know, you're getting a little bit here, but it's not real good. But it is excellent. I carry a piece of cedar with me, usually not this length, a lot shorter, because it does split so good. You can use your knife to process this down to smaller shavings. And you can see, and I don't normally use cigarette lighter. Ferro rods are my fire lighting choice now. I've got a little bit of wind to contend with here. See that there is an oil in cedar, rosin or oil. At one point in time in the history of the country, they used to extract the oil out of it. But anyway, that's white cedar. It's very, you know, here in the Northeast. I could look online. I know it's through Canada. I've seen it up there. Maine, Canada, I've seen it there. I don't remember seeing it in Ontario. I don't know if it goes that far west or not. But it's a great wood. That's the bark that looks, it's an evergreen, so. Green, it dries quickly. Green, it's not going to work good. There's no rosin content enough to do anything with it green. You're going to want dead branches, dead trees. But if you can find a dead tree and get a piece out of it, you know, if you get into it, the outside, even if the outside's damp, and you get inside, it's usually dry enough to work with. Might not work with ferro rod, but it'll definitely go with a cigarette lighter. Or will work in conjunction with fat wood. Okay, I'm gonna shave some white cedar. You can use your hatchet. Will work. I prefer a knife. See how nicely that curls? I hope that's getting picked up. I won't bore you with watching this. I find a knife does work better. Whoops, that's a little coarse. You know, if you dig too deep, you're going to get a shaving more than a curl. I wonder if I can move up. I can't tell for sure. Yeah. And those curls will light beautifully. You know, this is a clip about cedar, not fat wood. So we're not gonna, you know, I mean, fat wood's going to like better. That's what you want, is those curls, if you're going to use your flint and steel. I mean, they'll work with a ferro rod too. We'll light some off with a ferro rod. And they have to be dry. Now, if you find a dead cedar tree and you have your saw, chances are good you're going to have a cigarette lighter or a ferro rod if you have a saw, or a knife, and you can get into it. Cedar will tend to be quite dry on the inside, but dry is important. I carry cedar with me. Now I'm going to shut the camera off, make up some more curls, and then we'll light that with the flint and steel. Well, they want to come up, so we'll try that. They want to go down. There we go. Oops. These are cedar curls. And as I am in my house, I have to get that stove very quickly. You can see the value of carrying dry cedar with you. That was just a piece of char cloth and cedar curls that you saw me make.